Okie dokie, we're beginning our run. We're playing as Alice today, and we're going to see what we can do. So, first of all, these are going to be our lives. Our 5 lives being our echoes. So once we lose a fight, we're going to lose one of these. And once we lose all, the run is over. And we do have to win 10 rounds to escape, or to win. And we start off with a hero tile, Alice. So, if we lose Alice, we're going to lose the fight. But she has the power up when a consumable is triggered on your board, she's going to gain some damage, which is nice. We do got a consumable right here, as you can see, is an E consumable, Heal and Drought. When adjacent tile is damaged, give a +4 health. Now we also need weapons to attack, not just Alice, and we can only have 3 weapons, as you can see up in the top right. So this weapon, when it is destroyed, it gives taunt to an adjacent accessory with the highest health. Not the best weapon to be starting with, but it is a weapon that we're going to have to take. And we want to slot it in here, and we can start to upgrade our board soon enough. However, we want to place our consumable in between both our weapon and Alice, so we have a higher chance to activate both, except you're going to have very little life. Now, I kind of want to roll. I know we can't really afford any of these, but I did want to roll to grab some weapons. Now, we can grab all these. We can upgrade this too. This is not a weapon I kind of want to go for. Hush Brush, I wouldn't mind grabbing because it will apply some sleep. Now, unfortunately, we could have a higher chance to lose this run since we've only got 1 weapon and 1 consumable, and since you're going to have 2 healths, this could be a bit dicey. Not the greatest start. Definitely not the greatest start, except our opponents has a very similar setup, except they're going to have taunts. And taunt is very, very important. As you can see, it will just take that damage. Now, our Alice has a little bit more life. Their weapon took a little bit of damage, but they got 2 weapons, and we could be in trouble. When I say could be in trouble, I mean this board is going to smash us, unfortunately. That taunt is incredibly awesome. So we do lose our first round, but hey, that's not going to matter too much. And we also got an upgrade for here. Drag onto your hero tile to upgrade it. Now it does cost us 7 golds, or 7 silvers. And right now, when a consumable is triggered, you're going to gain 2 power. And we can choose an ability. So we can receive a white rabbit. That is only going to appear for 1 round, which is going to have taunts once you do have 1 weapon left, which is going to be our Alice. Or going for 3 shop rerolls. I think I'm going to take the 3 shop rerolls, to be honest. Now it's going to cost us free, but every time we use it, it's going to cost us more and more. Now, out of all these options, should we upgrade you or should we take our Hush Brush? Honestly, I do want this in as well because this is going to be a taunt item. So it's going to block damage. It should be pretty darn sweet. What I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to buy 2 tiles. We're going to buy 2 tiles, and unfortunately, if we take it, we can't even upgrade it because it does cost us 5 silvers and +1 to upgrade it, as you can see right above the description of the item. So for now, I'm just going to take our weapon. We're going to still hold on to these 2, and let's get moving. Now let's see how we get on with this. We are facing a Sun Wukong, who has the same weapon. We did take it out instantly. And now our consumable does trigger, giving our Alice more damage. And hell yeah. This round was much better first. Now we're starting to get some other consumables, being our Eat Meat Cake. So when adjacent attack tile is damaged, give it Invincible. And Invincible, when a tile receives damage that will be destroyed, it survives 1 HP. Perfect to put on our Alice. Now it has to be an attack tile, so it has to be our weapon or a hero. First of all, let's just straight up buy 2 tiles. I'm going to upgrade our Hush Brush. And now when damaging tile, it gains 1 charge. But when it has a charge, next attack applies to Sleep. And Sleep is going to make sure that weapon is not active. And we also got Energy Drink. When adjacent charge tile is damaged, give a +3 health and full charges, which is actually pretty decent for our Hush Brush. However, we can also sell an upgraded weapon, which I'm going to be definitely doing. Or we can take our Sandwich and apply Invincible to our Alice, but you're going to give us more damage because it goes from 2 to 4 damage. So I'm going to take that for now. We're going to keep our Sandwich, and we got another Haunted Harpoon. Actually nice, because we could potentially slot that in. Now I'm basing all our weapons and our Daydream Pinafore, our armor, to be all around our consumable. Now this can only trigger once, so it is a little bit unfortunate, but we want to increase our damage on Alice anyway. I'm still not using our wonderful worlds since we're holding on to an item as well. And I also didn't mention that we can get win streaks. Win 3 battles in a row to complete a streak and earn rewards, sometimes an extra echo. So we get an extra life from it, and we can get some other rewards. So we'll see if we can get a win streak going, potentially. We'll see how we can face this Sun Wukong. They do have a item that will have taunts, but we've taken out pretty fast. And our taunt has still survived. There's Alice hitting their Sun Wukong. There goes her weapon, and now it's just that Sun Wukong boy. He has a lot of damage. But we still had our taunt up, so it's going to be really awesome. And hell yeah, not even close. Smashing. Got a 2-win streak. Can we get a 3-win streak? However, You also get to choose a trinket. Now you see some trinkets in half as well, so we can take 2 halves if you want to. So you can receive a random CRT weapon. We can also gain your tactiles plus 2 power, or we can give your tactiles reflect, which is thorns basically. Or we could just straight up take when you can reroll the shop for free once per round. So free reroll. We can get insane rerolls looking for items we do need. But plus 2 attack, it is a decent bit of damage. So I'm actually going to take the plus 2 power and the reflect. Just give us more combat power is exactly what I want. Now we can also upgrade our healing drought to give us more health, or we could keep it for more consumables. We also got another taunt, which is really nice. We also got an accessory, which whenever a weapon uses charge, it's going to get plus 2 power. Our adjacent tile is destroyed, give adjacent tiles plus 2 power. So I think what we want to do is we want to level you up. This costs us 5 golds, and now you're going to give us 6 health. You give us another weapon to Hush Brush, and I do want to take you, and I would like to add this in these spots. However, we don't have enough silvers. Do we sell one of our weapons? Do we trade to gold one of these? I think I want to keep our Hush Brush over the Haunted Harpoon, because I don't really want to destroy our weapon, so I will sell it, and I will buy these slots to place this in. But once these weapons, one of these are hit, they're going to be damaged, so they're going to get that invincibility. Now we are facing another Alice, who does have a taunt and a consumable. They dealt so much damage that they pretty much destroyed our freaking armor, so we didn't activate our consumable, which is a little bit problematic. Now we put 2 of their units to sleep, which is really awesome. They did take some damage, so you're going to get some health and invincible. We would have liked to honor Alice more so, but it is what it is. And this item has been getting so much HP. It must be this Hushberry Jam. And unfortunately, we did end up getting taken out, so we didn't get a 3-win streak. It is what it is. We did get a new weapon though. And we also got a Ruffled Glove. So it deals 6 damage to adjacent tiles with destroyed. So something like our Haunted Harpoon. But I don't really want to be destroying that. However, I'm going to fully upgrade a Hush Brush, just so it does more damage. It's gone from 3 damage to 5 damage with 16 HP, so it will survive. And we did get a Ring of Power. Give the adjacent attack tiles plus 1 power, if we want that too. Now we do want this weapon, really bad. But I also want this sandwich. I'm definitely going to take the sandwich. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell these for now. And I'm going to buy these 3 slots right here. And instead of upgrading our sandwich, I'm going to place this in here. Even 2 golds of invulnerability sounds crazy nuts. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take that. Now the coin flip went in the favor of this Alice, so they're going to attack first. They're going to get a shield from the Paracel here, which is a little bit troublesome. Now you got the weapon that is going to remove taunt, so this is going to lose its taunt, so it's not going to be blocking damage anymore. It's just going to be a random tile. And we'll see how we get on. We're hitting their Alice, which is amazing. They did get a shield though. We should be able to get some invulnerability. Our Alice is scaling up incredible damage. But they still have a lot of weapons. But can we still win out? We've taken out their weapons. It's just our Alice left. Come on, we got this. Although, our Alice took a lot of damage there. But hell yeah. On to our 3rd win. We get to choose another tile upgrade. We managed to get 3, which is nice. Now, when any of your tiles are destroyed, give adjacent tiles plus 3 health. That's actually kind of nice. AoE attack tiles deal plus 4 damage to secondary targets. Receive a copy card that can be used to create 1 level copy, or receive a merge joker. So we can upgrade a weapon, and then we can upgrade it again, basically. I do like this healing bombs. When any of your tiles are destroyed, give adjacent tiles plus 3 health. That could actually be really nice, especially if you start stacking in a lot of taunt item. I'm going to take it. I'm definitely going to take it. We could have taken the AoE, and we got this item right here, which is when adjacent tile is destroyed, give the hero tile plus 4 health, which is exactly what I wanted. We also got this item right here, the Rate Rolls. So when adjacent tile takes damage, give the attack tile that this points to plus 2 damage. So we can scale up a lot of damage relatively awesomely. Let's got a Spurb Dice. So basically this is just going to give us free monies every single round. It's going to be kind of nice, but we did want to grab a Rabbits fan, which we seen in a previous fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the space. We're going to add you in up top. And one thing I didn't explain is weapons from top left to bottom right usually attack first. So this one should attack first, then maybe Alice. If we want this to attack first, we want to place you up top, like so. Now, we're definitely taking this item. I'm not sure if we're going to take the Rate Rose, but I am going to spend some monies on adding in our Haunted Harpoon. Right now, I'm just going to buy 2 slots. And place you in like so. Rate rolls. Do we actually want this though? This could actually be kind of nuts. You know what? I'm going to take it. Just scaling up insane amounts of damage. And yeah, we're going to rock on. We did spend quite a bit, but we'll see how we get on. A rabbit's fan does attack first, hitting their taunt. Now this has a lot of HP, which could be problematic for sure. Definitely so. But we're starting to hit our weapons, which is kind of nice actually, because we did remove their taunt. And hell yeah, it's actually worked out in our favor. Now this is the right rabbit we've seen before that we could have been offered. We do take it out, and yeah, it's not going to be close. Hell yeah, this was actually smashing the rabbit's fan. First, just getting rid of the taunt is incredibly powerful. We also got a new item. Aura sleep effects applied by adjacent tiles last 1 turn longer. Actually nice with our hush brush. We also get this item: when a tile on your board is destroyed, give adjacent attack tiles +3 power. So we kind of want to go for just a super destructive type build. We also got a new consumable: when adjacent attack tile is damaged, give a +5 power. But we're not going to be looking for attack tiles to be damaged. I'm not sure if it's too pushy about taking it. So I was definitely thinking about taking the rat rose, but I do want our rabbit's fan to attack first. If we want to go for the rat rose, we kind of need this setup right here, because we do need to get our taunt item to attack, take a lot of damage, so we can get that damage scale up. If we want it on a rabbit's fan, I mean, it would be nice on our Alice, since Alice, we do want to keep Alice alive, but you attack in an AoE. So that's why I did want to scale up our damage on it. I will take it for now though. And I'm thinking about buying these 2 slots right here. We can move our rabbit's fan up, we can add this in up top, we can place you in like so. And then we can try to fit our setup just a little bit better around. Kind of like so. It's not looking too bad. Our Alice is around all our consumables. Once you get hit, you're going to get that life, which is going to be nice. You don't get the effects of the Eat Me Cake. As for Haunted Harpoon, I kind of want to sell it to grab ourselves the Alice stall. I really do want this really, really badly. We would lose a weapon. Might not be the smartest idea. Let's go ahead and buy this tile, and let's go ahead and place in our Haunted Harpoon. We're going to take you in the next rounds. I do want to grab you too. Still haven't used your ability just yet, and we're 1 off a win streak. Let's definitely get going. And we are again a Sun Wukong with a crazy item. Adjacent tiles destroyed, give adjacent attack tiles plus damage. There goes our taunt. They have loads and loads of damage. This could be troublesome, because our taunt is pretty much gone immediately. And if we don't drop below half HP, we can trigger our consumables. But hey, our Alice doesn't have the invincibility anymore. Our weapons did trigger, which maybe our positioning might not have been the best. However, we just need to attack their weapons. And it's not looking too bad. It does resurrect. They do got a little shiv. And our Alice has been attacked. There goes one of our weapons. And unfortunately, they do end up attacking Alice. We do not get our win streak again, which is a little bit unfortunate, but these things will happen. So we got a copy card: receive a copy of an item or a copy card. Your tactile is a +5 power when having a shields. Gain a free tile. Gain 3 coins at the very beginning, which is nice with our whirlwind. We've no shields, so I'm going to take the golds or the silvers every round. And we got our level up. We got to take it. So now, when it triggers a consumable 5 times, apply sleep to random tiles on your board, but also applies 3 to your opponents. We can also gain a bunch of max life, which I do like this one quite a bit when triggering 4. So I'm going to take Raw Mad here. Now we can also upgrade you, which is going to give us +4 power. It's the same as actually having 2, so I'm going to take that. We also got Twin Hunger. When hitting a attack tile, gain +2. When hitting any other tile, gain 1 power. You know what? Let's sell you. And add this in for now too. Let's take our Alice doll. And let's go ahead and buy these 2 tiles right here. We can have our Alice tile in this spot. So when we lose a weapon, when we lose our freaking armor, it shouldn't be too bad. And with that, let's go ahead and move on. Now, are we going to lose any more lives? We'll see. It does attack our shields, our taunts. Our Alice does scale up a little bit. We do take out one of their weapons already. It does revive though. However, they don't have as much damage as the other Sun Wukong. Now, we did lose their weapon, but this Alice doll has scaled up our Alice, which is actually going to be kind of nice. And we did take out their Wukong. We definitely did take out their Wukong. Now, we got a different item. When adjacent attack tile attacks, give adjacent attack tile +1 power and health. I'm going to take this. That's going to be straight up nuts for us. We also got a new weapon. This was in the last round as well. And this does attack in AoE, so it is going to be kind of nice. It also gains taunt. Maybe we want to get rid of our twin hunger fire. Maybe we want to get rid of our hush brush. Although this has decent damage, it has max life, I do kind of want to keep it. I'm going to buy these 2 slots. I'm going to buy these 2 slots because I do want to move you up. I'm going to move our Alice in this position. I'm going to have our twin hunger in here as well. And I'm going to have an extra taunt in as well. So when we can lose these items, it should be relatively awesome. And I do want this item really, really badly, so I'm going to take it. Buy these 2 slots. Place you in and try to scale up that damage a little bit more. And now should we upgrade our Eme Cake? I think I really do want another go of invincibility just on our Alice. With that, a consumable cannot really be used right now. We do need it really, really badly though. Maybe we have to take this out. Place you in here. I think so, and I think we're going to move on with this. We're going to try to get a lot of skilling. So whenever you do attack, we're going to get health and damage. Now our opponents does have a scary item right here that is going to deal damage equal to all attack tiles equal to max life it is. So we can lose our weapons. We don't really want to be attacking this. We need to scale up our HP relatively awesomely. We do got 2 goals of invincibility, which might save us. And our Alice has so much life, so much damage. Good nice. However, their Alice also has a stem. Lose her taunts, but with our Alice stall, it should be pretty good. There goes their taunts. And we have scaled up quite a bit of damage and quite a bit of life. So if we do explode this, it shouldn't be too bad. Now we might even want to go for our own Death Bloom Cannon. We hit Alice, we got lots of consumables. We got invincibility. We got a shields. We have taken another weapon. But are we going to be able to survive this? There goes our taunts. Our Alice should scale up more damage, more health. And we did lose our item that does give us HP. We lost the weapon too. And we hit our Death Bloom Cannon. It did do a lot of damage to our whole situation, but we have hit their weapon. We got some reflects. Now that did survive since I had invincibility. And it's still not looking too bad. If we do take out their Alice, they do get invincibility actually. And it's just down to their Alice. There goes our weapon. But they did take our reflect damage, and hell yeah. Under 6 victory, not too bad. We can definitely win this one out. And we got a new item. When adjacent attack tile destroys a tile, give up plus 10 health. That's actually really, really fantastic. But is it better than invincibility? Probably not. Now when we take you, you're going to gain plus 6 power. I'm going to grab you for sure. We got Mad Hatter's Hat. This will deal plus 1 damage to all opponent's tiles the first time it is damaged. So it is going to be a nice little taunt item. That's for sure. So I do want to take this. I'm going to take it. Let's use our power up. Let's grab some rerolls and see what we can get from here. Now, adjacent tactiles have give it a shield and plus 3 HP. I do like this quite a bit though. Yeah, I'm going to buy these 2 slots, add you in, and I'm going to grab this drink me. Now we also got this Swift Edge. Attacking gives spillover to the tile it hits. And spillover is going to be reapplies overkill damage from an attack to a random adjacent tile. So should we get rid of our Twin Hunger Fire? Maybe I should. I do like it quite a bit. I'm also going to remove our Bounty Hunter suit. Place it on Mad Hatter's Hat. Now it's going to have less HP, but it's going to have to do. And with that, I do want to fit in our Eldritch Idol, but I also want it beside our weapons, our Alice. We do want our consumables to make Alice super tanky. We also need our Frenzy Ball of Spirit to scale up our max HP and our damage, so it is a little bit tough, to be honest. Maybe what we want to do is take you out, place this down below, buy these 2 slots, and place this consumable up top, giving more HP to our Daydreams Pinafore so it can take a little bit more damage, so we can get more damage on a Rabbit's Fan. That seems pretty darn decent. We sell you, we'll make use of our rerolls. And we did get an item that is going to give taunt to adjacent accessories. So we can put in a bunch of 1 slot adjacent accessories. Our Alice doll can actually scale up our Alice insanely awesome. I'm definitely going to grab you, which means I kind of want to grab you since you're going to be an accessory. And then we want to lay out our situation a little bit better for Alice doll, potentially. We also got a freaking bat, which will have charges, and when they charge, they're going to scale up damage whenever they use a charge, which is kind of nice too. But let's get going. Let's get going to see if we can take on this Alice, potentially. They also got an Alice doll. Targeting all their weapons, they got lots of reflect as well, which could be troublesome, especially that our fan doesn't have a whole lot of life at the very beginning. There goes our hat. Just doing little bits of chippy damage. Exactly what we want. And this Alice has scaled up incredible damage. Holy moly, that's insane. You've used up a lot of consumables, given a lot of HP to all your weapons. And it does make their little weapon survive. Now, we've used up a lot of consumables too. And we'll see how we get on. Our Alice is scaling up too. They do survive their weapon. That is going to get taunted as well. But are we going to be able to win this one out? Maybe. Our Alice should have scaled up a lot of damage, a lot of HP from that. There goes our fan, unfortunately. Does hit one of our weapons. We do take one of their weapons though. There goes the Twin Hunger. And they've only got 2 weapons, being our Alice and our Hush Brush. Not anymore, just down to Alice. Alice versus our 3 weapons. They do have a lot of HP and a lot of damage. So if they do hit our Alice, I'm hoping that we get her invincibility. And then trigger our Drink Me to get a shield afterwards. They get their invincibility. And now it's going to be completely random on what they're going to hit. Actually, no, we just attack again. Hell yeah. Not bad even. We got our 3rd victory. A gift will be granted in the next round. What do we get? Pocket Watch. Damage all adjacent tiles to half HP and then restores them back to full HP. Actually perfect for a Drink Me bottle. That seems incredible actually. Definitely what a crazy item to get. Now we're going to take this Enchanting Bouquet because it is going to give taunt to our accessories. We're going to take, you're going to be Battle Start Effect. We do want our Alice up top. And we'll figure out this a little bit better once we get our items and stuff like that. We also want to grab you because you're going to be adjacent accessory. Maybe don't even want you here, but whenever an item is destroyed, we also want to make use of our thing giving us more HP. And we are slightly settling on something like this. Our Alice is going to have a lot of items destroyed around it. Trying to scale up our Alice as much as possible. We're going to have our Frenzied Spirit Ball in between all our weapons. In this position, we're going to have all our taunt on the left side, all our weapons on the right side. So if we do get hit by a multi-attacking weapon, they should just hit these items. Now you're going to apply taunt to this item, which could be troublesome, but we definitely want our Pocket Watch to target our Alice. That way we can activate our Drink Me, give him a shield, which should be incredible. I was going to buy 2 of these slots, so we can have you in as well. And I'm going to buy the slot too, and I will be buying this, because this will be another taunt that we can apply. So our Alice doll can scale up our HP as much as possible. Now, unfortunately, our Rat Rose is going to have to go. It's going to have to go. I do want this weapon, so I might get rid of our Twin Hungers. I was going to take you for now, and you're going to attack in an AoE. And unfortunately, I'm not sure how we're going to fit in our Eat Me Cake beside our Alice, because we definitely want that invulnerability. We can't even have it on our other weapons. You're level 2, so maybe we just want to replace this one with this, because the shield is going to be pretty much the same thing from the Drink Me bottle. And we can't even use our ability. We can get rid of these items if we do want to. But hey, let's apply this to a Rabbit Fan. Now, unfortunately, our Alice is going to attack first, then our Hush Brush, then our Swift Edge, then our Rabbit's Fan. We really want our Rabbit's Fan to be attacking first, but if we want to make use of everything, we definitely want our Alice in this position. We're going to be trying to scale up our Alice as much as possible. Our opponent also has the Alice doll. We'll see how we get on. We're going to trigger our consumables pretty much from the get-go. We should be able to activate our effect relatively fast to gain a bunch of max life. There goes our Alice scaling up in damage. Does attack first, taking almost out their taunt item. And every time we attack, we're going to scale up our damage. We're going to scale up our HP. It should be relatively awesome. And we'll see how we get on. There goes another taunt item. Give us more damage from our Alice doll. It does take out this consumable, which is okay for now. And unfortunately, we did lose the item I didn't want it to be losing. That caused a lot of scaling damage. A lot of scaling HP. Which is a little bit troublesome. We do a little bit spillover damage, which is nice. But can we still win out? Because our Mad Hatter's had just doing a little bit of chibi damage to everything. And they're actually scaling up a lot of damage relatively fast. There goes another taunts. Come on, Alice, just scale up that incredible amounts of damage. 65 HP, 36 damage. They do get invincibility on the taunts. They got lots of taunt as well. We're slowly whittling them down, but we're losing all our taunt too, though. There goes one of our weapons, actually, just down to 1 HP. We do survive on 2 HP with invulnerability. And there goes our weapons, unfortunately. We could be in trouble. Can our Alice bring it home for us? There goes one of their taunts. It did attack the one that we didn't want to attack because it was on 1 HP. So that taunt did take up 2 attacks. There goes our weapon, and unfortunately they're going to attack 4 times for every time our Alice does attack. However, that's probably the best outcome, so we can keep our weapon. That's a worse outcome. Can our Alice bring it home for us? They did hit their Alice directly. All we need is another smack like that, and unfortunately they're probably going to smash us down right now. Especially now that we're put asleep too. Yep, it is what it is. We do end up losing. We're down to our final echo. This could be scary. And we did get a drink me bottle. Let's upgrade it. Let's upgrade our sandwich. And let's upgrade it again and giving us more power on our rabbit fan. Let's get a rat rose. What you going to be selling? We got another taunt upgrade. Let's go ahead and grab it. Let's sell you. And we can take you if we want. Another eat me cake. You know what? Let's use our ability and let's reroll for now. We finally get ourselves a dead cannon. So on that scaling max HP, when it is destroyed, he's going to do insane amounts of damage. When this is destroyed, deal 1 damage to all tiles, which is kind of nice too. Let's upgrade you for now though. There's more HP. Should be awesome. And we can take another superb dice. We could keep it, but I'm going to take you. We also got ourselves an explosive pinata. We can go for a full destroyed build, which will be a lot of fun. How much do you sell for? 3. You also sell for 3. That is 11. I do want to grab our Death Bloom Cannon. I'm going to sell our fan. I'm going to sell you. And I'm going to sell this too. And let's go ahead and take our Death Bloom Cannon. Our EMA cake, given invincibility, is not the best thing for us. Except maybe if we switch our Alice down to this position. Because we want you to be at half HP. Probably don't want to drink me bottle on you. We'll get more max HP at half HP is going to be kind of nice. Would like to trigger a drink me bottle on you, but again, it is what it is. I'm going to reroll this. Our drinking bottle. We also got this item. Poison effects applied by adjacent tiles. It deal +3 poison. Definitely going to be interesting. How about we sell our drink me bottle? We sell our consumable. We grab this and we buy 2 more slots. Just for a little bit more taunt. And now let's get going again. The unfortunate thing is we want our Death Bloom Cannon to get that taunt eventually. We also need to skill up that HP relatively awesomely. But this should actually be pretty good. Since our Death Bloom Cannon does attack in an AoE as well, so it's kind of nice. Our opponent doesn't have much taunt, so we can just get rid of a lot of their items. A lot of their weapons. We have insane amounts of taunt right now. It's going to be a while before our opponent does attack our weapons. But if they do destroy our big old cannon, it's going to do a lot of damage. Like an insane amount of damage. Well, maybe not too much. It is only 13 HP. But if we can scale up, it's going to be relatively awesome. But it's not looking too bad. Actually, we just take out Alice straight away. This was much better than the last run. Definitely so. Now we can actually take the Ruffle Gloves and apply that to our Death Bloom Cannon. So you take a lot of damage. It will apply damage to our Death Bloom Cannon, so we can eventually smash it. We definitely want to upgrade our Swift Edge too though. Besides more HP, deals more damage. We also got gives +2 power per consumable, which is nice. But I'm going to sell it along with our ship. I'm just trying to figure out how we put this consumable beside our Death Bloom Cannon, especially if you want this Ruffle Gloves. I'm going to take it for now. I'm going to use our ability once again. And I'm going to reroll. That's Ruffle Glove upgrade. Then our Hush Brush. And when adjacent tile is halved, give the tile sleep and fully restores HP. Let's sell our dress. Let's go ahead and grab you. Let's reroll again. I don't really want any of these. We can grab a fan. We can also grab ourselves the aura. And we can grab the Duchess Tea Servant. So all we can do is something like this. We can have our Ruffled Gloves in this spot. We can also heal you up, and we could actually have this explode pretty much instantly. Since it does take half HP, we can have this be damaged by this, so we can deal more damage and just have this explode instantly. That could actually be kind of a crazy combo. Let's sell you though. It was a good taunt, but I do want to upgrade this to see what we get. It deals 8 damage. Applies poison which could be kind of fun as well if you want to go for poison build. I'm going to reroll again though. That's it. Alice upgrade. Hell yeah, I'm going to take that. That's going to be insane because it's going to scale up our Alice in insane amounts. We also got an item. Jason titles halved, give 7 HP in taunt. Okay, that's literally just this except better. Is it not? That's going to apply taunt to this weapon. That's actually going to be awesome. Now, the Lost Host could be crazy on this too. But I'm going to reroll again. We got lots and lots of golds. Mad Hatter's hat I do want to take, and I kind of want to upgrade you as well, but I also want to upgrade you. The priority on this is not too crazy though. But let's get going again. Now that we got taunts that we can apply to our Deadbloom Cannon, it should be relatively awesome. Half HP, it does get taunt, it does get that 10 HP. We do want to scale up the HP on it relatively awesomely though. It does get destroyed instantly. But there goes all our weapons. Well, most of our weapons. Now it does come back to life with some shields, which is a little bit problematic, but our Alice can scale up right now. We can also destroy a lot of their taunts while they're only going to attack twice per turn. But yeah, Rabbit's Fan would have been nice to remove some taunt as well. There was a Ruffled Gloves, we don't need it anymore. But it should be relatively awesome. We have their shields. There goes our Alice, taking out one of their items. There goes our hat. Just doing a little bit of chippy damage, getting rid of some shields. And it's not looking too bad. Our Alice does have 77 HP, 62 damage. It should be able to one-shot literally everything on the board. But we have the potential to win out for sure. Since it's going to take multiple hits to take out our Alice. We did lose our weapon though. They still have some taunt. But I kind of hoped our Alice would destroy that shield before our other weapon attack. Now, their Alice is going to have free reign, taking out our weapon. That is probably the worst outcome we can have. However, we just take out their Alice. And that's not too bad. Now, we've only got one more victory. Once we win our next rounds, it is game over. And hey, we got our Pushberry Jam, which I'm going to be selling. Mad Hatter's hat, I did want to upgrade. It's going to deal a little bit more damage. Have more HP, it's going to be incredibly awesome. And we can upgrade this again. Upgrading this to give us more HP. Yeah, I'm going to take it. And it gives another one. More HP, we can have that skill up insanely fast. Maybe we don't even want this as much anymore. Maybe not beside our Deadbloom Cannon. Because we can just get insane amounts of health on our Deadbloom Cannon by having this slotted up top. Yeah, seems pretty good. We did want to grab this, but are we going to be able to upgrade if we lose or win the next rounds? It is what it is. What I'm going to do is we can't even use our ability anymore, so I'm just going to reroll to see what we can get. We've got another pocket watch. What does this actually do? Does this 2 times. Is that good? Hell yeah, I'm going to take it. Not sure if it's going to be that good for us. We also got this item right here, which is Jason's consumable is triggered, give a +1 use. That's actually kind of nice. Definitely so, especially on something like the Eat Me cake, because it just gives invulnerability. Now, it will probably apply to this for sure, but it will give more HP to our Deadbloom Cannon and has 38 HP. That's actually kind of nice. We've managed to scale up in insane amounts. Let's sell you though. I don't necessarily want you anymore. We got Ages for Harmony. Battlestar gain to reflect for each adjacent attack tile. If Jason new accessory, gain shields, gain +5 HP for each consumable. So a nice way to potentially get some awesomeness. Well, let's waste our gold rolling. And I would have loved to grab a second Deadbloom Cannon. Definitely upgrading it, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's go see if this is going to be good enough to win out. Can we take on the Sun Wukong? The Sun Wukong is going to have a lot of damage for sure, which is going to be nice for a Deadbloom Cannon, who does get insane amounts of HP. We trigger freaking Alice's effect for once. It does destroy a Deadbloom Cannon instantly. We smash our whole board. We take out Sun Wukong in one shot, and hell yeah. Our Deadbloom Cannon winning out for us. Awesome. And yeah, that's going to be our final runs. And what a crazy way to end it with our Deadbloom Cannon just one shot under Sun Wukong. Definitely an awesome weapon, that's for sure. But I'm going to have to leave it here. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this game by leaving a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And hope you can look over for the next one. I'll see you next time.